A lot of people are wondering what exactly happened at the event. So tonight we're giving you, the viewer, a recap of what happened and what we've confirmed so far. September 2nd, an event in Augusta where Democratic candidate Stacey Abrams is set to speak to veterans. Then the Nationalist Liberty Union arrives with posters and a megaphone. A member of the group enters inside and interrupts Abrams' speech.
They're veteran monuments, ma'am. They're veteran monuments.
Questioning her support for the removal of the Confederate memorial carving on Stone Mountain. Then, outside, this interaction between a member of the group and a veteran who supports Stacey Abrams.
You're a disgrace to the uniform.
We've learned through social media this man's name is James Stachowiak, and he claims to support Abrams' Republican rival, Brian Kemp. Abrams' team describes Stachowiak and the Nationalist Liberty Union as white supremacists who threatened a veteran at the event, an event that was intended to honor her service. Abrams' team also taking issue with her political rivals, saying, quote, "It is profoundly disturbing that Brian Kemp has not denounced the hate speech of these white supremacists." Kemp's team sent us a statement within the last hour saying, quote, "Brian Kemp unequivocally condemns hatred, violence, and bigotry and finds claims of racial superiority to be indefensible and contrary to the highest ideals of our country," end quote. Naima Abdullahi, 11 Alive News.